Raul Malo, the legendary frontman of the Mavericks and one of the most powerful voices in modern American music, has died at the age of 60, leaving the entertainment world in shock and fans around the globe devastated. His death on December 8, 2025, was confirmed by his wife Betty Malo in an emotional tribute that spread rapidly across social media. What followed were waves of grief, memories, and tributes from fellow musicians and longtime fans who had loved his voice for decades. As the world mourns, many are also searching for details about his funeral and the circumstances that led to his tragic passing. His death has left a void not only in the world of country and Americana music, but also in the hearts of millions who felt connected to him through his songs, his passion, and his unmistakable voice, the cause of Raul. Malo's death has been confirmed as complications from stage 4 cancer and leptomeningeal disease, a devastating condition in which cancer cells spread to the membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord. Malo had battled his illness privately with immense strength and dignity, supported deeply by his family. Those close to him described his courage as extraordinary, noting that he continued to surround himself with music, love, and faith even during the most painful stages of his illness. The sudden realization that such an iconic voice, one that carried the emotion of generations, had been silenced left fans reeling. His wife, Betty, announced his passing in a message that instantly became one of the most shared tributes of the year. She wrote that at 8:52 p.m. on December 8th, her husband gained his angel wings. The message reflected not only her heartbreak, but also the deep love and companionship they shared through decades of marriage and parenthood. Betty described him as a loving husband, a devoted father, a loyal son, and a friend to many. Her words carried a poetic truth that resonated powerfully. She said he had been called to do another gig, this time in the sky, and he's flying high like an eagle. That single line became symbolic for fans, who shared artworks, videos, and tributes, imagining Raul singing proudly among the stars. As tributes continued to pour in, fans around the world began asking a deeply emotional question: when will his funeral be held? Many hoped to attend or at least participate by sending messages, flowers, or virtual support. The Mavericks fan base spans decades and continents, with followers in the United States, Mexico, the UK, Europe, and Latin America. Raul's influence crossed cultures because he himself had embodied that cultural fusion. His funeral, whenever it is held, is expected to draw hundreds, if not thousands of supporters who want to celebrate his life, even through tears, however, despite the public's heartfelt desire for closure. The family has not yet announced funeral arrangements. As of now, there has been no official statement about a funeral date, memorial service, or public ceremony. This silence is understandable and deeply human. Losing a loved one, especially someone as dear as Raul, is a pain that takes time to process. Families often need space before making decisions about public events, particularly when the person was a major public figure. Raul's family, who remained by his side throughout his illness, is likely taking the time they need to grieve privately before opening up his farewell to the world. Meanwhile, many artists have taken to social media to express their sorrow and admiration. Fellow musicians described him as a vocal giant, a man whose voice was instantly recognizable and emotionally overwhelming. Country artists praised his ability to blend genres: country, rockabilly, Americana, Cuban influences, Latin rhythms into something new and timeless. Younger artists credited him as a trailblazer who made it possible to embrace cultural diversity in country music. Raul Malo did not just sing songs. He expanded the possibilities of what music could be. His death highlights the immense loss felt by an industry that deeply valued his contributions. The Mavericks were known not only for their signature sound, but also for their vibrant concerts filled with dance, joy, emotional depth, and world-class musicianship. Malo's voice, smooth, bold, romantic, and dramatic, served as the heartbeat of every performance. Whether he was singing a heartbreaking ballad or an energetic crowd favorite, he had a rare ability to make the audience feel something profound. His concerts gave people memories they would cherish for a lifetime. The impact of his illness on his career has also come to light. Stage 4 cancer and leptomeningeal disease are incredibly difficult diagnoses. Leptomeningeal disease is particularly aggressive with extremely limited treatment options. Malo's family revealed that he faced his condition with grace and fought for as long as he could. His resilience inspired those closest to him, who saw not only the musician, but also the man behind the music strong, loving, tender, and full of faith. As fans await funeral announcements, many have created their own ways of honoring him. Some have shared videos of his live performances, particularly the ones where he hit extraordinary high notes and mesmerized the crowd. Others posted clips of interviews describing how thoughtful, warm, and humble he was when speaking off stage. Hundreds of fan accounts have been filled with photos, quotes, and stories about what his music meant to them. Some are called dancing to dance the night away at weddings. Others shared how his ballads helped them through heartbreak, grief, or loneliness. Raul Malo touched lives in ways that went far beyond the stage. What makes his death even more heartbreaking is how deeply he loved his family. Betty's message revealed a man who prioritized love above everything else, a man who was more than a musician. He was a father who supported his children's dreams, a husband who shared laughter and tenderness, a son who honored his roots, and a brother who remained close to his family throughout his life. The Malo family was his emotional foundation. In the coming days, the world will eventually receive funeral updates, but until then, fans and fellow musicians are giving space to the family, understanding that grief unfolds at its own pace. When the funeral is announced, it is expected to be one of the most emotional farewells the country and Americana music community has ever witnessed. A celebration of a man whose voice will echo for generations. For now, Raul Malo's legacy lives on in the music he left behind. His recordings continue to bring comfort, happiness, and inspiration. His voice remains alive in every note he ever sang, and his memory continues to shine brightly in the hearts of millions who will never forget him. As of today, no funeral details have been officially released. When the family shares those updates, fans will finally have the chance to honor his life in the way he deserves, with music, love, and gratitude.